JR often talked about magic moments. He often talked about magic moments and what they meant to him. And you know, we say so often, and Joe said it today, and I hope you heard him, when he said, we're so fortunate to still be here, for people to still be paid when JR's not here. But there was a magic moment that many of you don't know about. JR talked about it in the first 6 years of our business. It was in the mid-90s, and things were starting to really get rolling for Market America. We were really starting to grow. Things were really starting to happen. Things were good. We were growing. We were recruiting. We had great trainings. There was thousands of meetings starting to go on, and we were all, right, Mark, pinching ourselves. We were shocked. Everything was happening so fast, and JR didn't ever want to grow too fast. He always wanted to make sure we had controlled fast growth. And so he always wanted to make sure with something as powerful as the GMTSS, our national meeting and training system, our global training system, that our distributors, our UFOs, our unfranchise owners were always protected when they built an organization. What did that mean? Well, back in the day, people didn't have contracts to protect your organization. And so we did. We put contracts in place and we poured our heart out, and you see how J.R. Ridinger trained. If you were trained by J.R. Ridinger, there was nothing this guy wouldn't do to make sure you understood. He'd show you. He was a leader by example. He'd run that hamster wheel before he put Mike or Andrea in there. He'd run that hamster wheel faster than them and speak while he did it. He walked across a tightrope. He stuck his head in the toilet. The things that JR did and he taught others to do. He wanted to make sure that once you got that knowledge, somebody couldn't just take your organization from underneath you and bring them somewhere else. All the work you had done. But yet there was some scoundrels. That's a word I hadn't used in a minute. Some scoundrels. Remember, J.R. loved that word, Andrew. Some scoundrels came behind. Termites, he said. And they wanted to steal your people. Not on J.R.'s time. J.R. said, who are we going to bring in? And at the time, he wanted to have the biggest fight you could possibly imagine. Now, as I told you, we were starting to do well, but we weren't that healthy. We might have had put away a couple $1 million in the bank. We were just starting to go, and JR was ready to put it all out the door because he believed that without contracts that protect you and your organization, there was no need to be in business. He really believed that. I hope you hear that. That is a magic moment, the fact that he did not want to have this business exist unless he could protect you and your organization. That somebody couldn't just come in, learn from you. Imagine Philadelphia, somebody coming in and learning from you and then trying to take your people away from you. He was not going to have it. So, a couple scoundrels try to do that. Then we try to stop them. They took us to court, said that our contract shouldn't be enforced. JR said, I want the best of the best. I want the best attorney out there. And I've heard that there's only one guy who can do it. I want to meet him. His name was Millen. Press is here today. Press, would you come up here with me? Because it would mean so much to me. Let's give a warm welcome for Millen. Mark, would you come up with us? You guys do not know, before I tell you that Press was with a company, and still, one of the biggest firms on the planet, Wamball Carlisle. And everybody told JR, Millen's your guy, you gotta get Millen. And we did. And it was a magic moment because JR fought that case. At first, it didn't go so well, did it, Press?
Yeah, there were some hiccups.
There were some hiccups. You know, JR got up on that stand and he was trying to explain to the judge why they should enforce the contracts, that you guys were doing all this work training the people, that he was training these people, that he wanted to keep your organization intact. So as he tried to explain it, he said to the judge, "You don't understand, Judge. These are my people. They're my people, and I'm training them to be the very best that they can be. And so we want to keep my people, my people."
Understand that the judge, this was his last case. He was about in his 80s. So he didn't like the fact that JR kept referring to by saying it's my people. He didn't like that at all.
He didn't know what my people meant. But
he's like, "What do you mean, my people?"
He's like, "Well, Judge, I mean my people. They're my people. We have a community. They're my people. I train them. I work with them. I love them. I teach them everything they need to know. And so they're my people." And of course, Press, as good as he is,
best trial attorney I've ever seen in my life. Ever.
Made sure that...
Best I've ever seen.
Ever. Press made sure he clarified JR's words. And, well, Press, I'm going to let you...
It's not easy to do.
Press, I'm going to let you tell everybody the outcome of that case, that you did with JR.
Well, we explained to the judge what he meant by my people. And frankly, what I learned the first day that I met these people about Market America, which was that it was a family business, but not exactly the kind of family business that I was used to, because there was some of the family that was blood family, and some of the family that was family in law, and some of the family that was family. People like Marty and Kevin and Dennis and others. And once the judge understood the passion, I think, that JR had for his people, his family, and the need to protect his family, and ultimately we were able to convince the court of that, and ultimately we were able to get an extremely stark ruling from the North Carolina courts finally that said, yes, you all are something that is important, that can be protected legally, that deserves protection, and we're not going to let scoundrels steal.
Yeah. Yes.
That was a magic moment for JR.
And Press, because we talk about this, that was a landmark case. If you can just address that for just a minute.
So this was a very unusual case. Everyone said we were going to lose. Everyone said all the precedent was against us.
Yeah, no one ever tested that.
And no one had ever tested it. And we went to the court and explained really what I just told you, maybe with a little more legalese. And the court said, you know, they're right. And they win. And that's the reason why, as Joe said, the company's been here for 32 years. That's the reason why there are protections for you, and protections for the company, and protections for your people.
And I want to thank JR and Press for that, because that was a magic moment of this company's history. And we would not be here today without that. And JR never talked about it much. He never talked about it much, JR, but he told Press, if we don't win this, I'm done. Locking the doors, closing up, and as Press and Mark will tell you, that landmark decision in court has been cited case after case after case for many years thereafter.
One of the biggest landmark cases in this industry, and now you can be rest assured because of what JR and Press did, and the money that was spent on those cases go into appeals, that you can build, Marty, everyone can build their organization with the peace of mind to know, Steve, that it's protected. It's protected from someone coming in and just raiding that organization. That is huge.
That is huge, guys. That's huge. Think about that protection, yes. And that protection.
Just one more thing that I remembered. The scoundrels of the company that was doing the stealing, several of them, at least 6 that I know about, they did get paid back and they went to jail.
Yes, they did. By the way, they did. We always do the right thing. We always do the right thing. I want to thank you, Press, because he's been with us for 32 years.
Still our top outside counsel, still with us. He's family.
He has been with me through everything, from every case
call him every day, right?
For every case we've been through, just got us through probate, took us home. We're winning.
Talk to him every day. Every day.
I love you. Thank you
Loren.
for you. I love you, sweetheart. I love you guys. I wanted to share that with you because there are so many reasons why we get to exist today. So many reasons. Jer has given us hope for the future.